Are we gonna talk? I forgot about that. I logged on to my PlayStation account the day before yesterday. I think it was on Saturday. And I discovered some very strange changes that had been made to my account while I was away. So I turned on my PlayStation account, and the first thing I noticed was that my profile picture on my PlayStation account had been turned into a Last of Us profile picture. And I was like, that's weird. I don't remember putting that as my profile picture. So I logged in, and then I saw the Last of Us soundtrack and the Last of Us art book had been downloaded onto my PlayStation 4 dashboard. And I was like, huh. That's also very strange. And then I started to get a bad feeling. So I kept looking for clues. I went to my PlayStation Plus account, and several The Last of Us forum posts on the PlayStation forums had been liked by my account the last night, right? And then I looked at my store page, and apparently I had purchased The Last of Us 2. There were also some other games in my cart that had not been purchased, including The Last of Us 1 remastered. So, like, that's really weird, right? The obvious answer is that my account was just hacked. But first of all, it seems like a really weird thing to do with a hacked account, right? Like, they hacked my account just to support The Last of Us, right? They only bought The Last of Us 2, and as far as I can tell, they bought it for me, right? Like, there were no other accounts connected to my profile that they had, like, siphoned it off to. Like, it seems like they actually just, like, bought it for my account only. Yeah, I mean, this has happened to me once before, right? Where my account was hacked, my PS4 account was hacked, but the last time the person bought like $500 worth of games or something for themselves, right? Like they connected their account to mine and then like set like their account as the primary account so that they could play all the games they bought with my money. And I called PS4 and got it all refunded and stuff. But this time, it was a very strange MO. And here's the weird thing, right? Here's the weirdest part of this story. When I signed in to my account, or tried to sign into my account, like online, right, on the web browser, two-factor authentication was still enabled. Because remember the last time this happened, I turned on two-factor authentication specifically so that this wouldn't happen again. I did, and it was working. I got a text. It goes to my phone. I got a text, and I had not received a verification text before. So, like, someone was able to get into my account without using two-factor authentication and without me even being sent a message that someone was trying to log in. And then, when they logged into my account, they did not change my password or try in any way to prevent me from accessing my account. They did not buy anything for themselves, and they didn't buy anything other than The Last of Us 2. And also, like, the soundtrack, which was free, I think. Like, I have no idea how that happened. I have no idea. No, my email wasn't compromised, I don't think. And I changed the password, obviously. And the password for the password for the email address connected to my PlayStation account is not the same as the password for my PlayStation account. Right? So even if they did have the password to my PlayStation account, which again, shouldn't give them access since two-factor authentication is enabled, they wouldn't be able to get into my email. So, like, this is a real caper, right? I have no idea how this happened. I have never heard of anything like this happening. At this point, I am wondering if I like sleepwalked to my PlayStation and just in my just dreamed about being a really big fan of The Last of Us. Like, what? How would someone even do this? This is a level of technical wizardry that I have never encountered before or heard of. And, like, they used it just to stand The Last of Us 2. Like, they pulled off some, like, super high-level 4chan hacks, and they used it to buy one game for me. Like, I think I technically still have the game. I contacted PlayStation support, and I told them what happened. And they said that I was not eligible for a refund because the product had been, like, downloaded already onto my console. Yeah, I guess they didn't see the account as being hacked because they said that it like wasn't eligible for a refund. And I had to thank you. I had to keep asking, right? I asked like 3 times. Because the thing is, I think maybe the only reason that I was saved is the game wasn't downloaded onto my PlayStation because I didn't have the space for it. So, Street Fighter V finally pulling its weight on my console by taking up too much room, so I couldn't download The Last of Us. So because it wasn't downloaded on my console, I kept asking. I was like, I can like give you a picture. I can show you that it hasn't been downloaded. And eventually the person I was talking to relented and gave me a refund. He was very clear. He was like, I want you to understand that this is not legal, right? Like our policy does not allow me to refund you, but I'm going to do it anyway for a one-time exception. I don't know if it actually was a one-time exception. Maybe he says that to all the wizards that call his hotline. But, you know, it made me feel good. But isn't that, like, a bizarre story? The only other clue was there were some games in my game library. Like, when you look on my profile, there were some games on my game library that I don't remember playing, right? Like, I was listed as being the owner of NBA 2K20, which I don't think I've ever played, and GTA 5. So is that maybe a hint that they connected my profile to someone else's profile and then disconnected it before I saw? Was this some, like, Mission Impossible Shawshank Redemption situation where it was just the perfect crime? and they left behind no traces? Were those not the games the first hacker bought? You might actually be right. Maybe that is the residue from the first time I got hacked. Yeah, because I think he did buy those games. And didn't he also buy, like, Black Ops 4 or something? Which was also on my list. Yeah. Yeah, I think you might be right. Maybe that's an explanation. But such a weird situation, right? Such a weird situation. Honestly, like, I'm not even mad. I just want to know how they did it, right? Like, if I could talk to them, if they would come to me and explain what they did, I would give them a copy of The Last of Us 2. Or at least The Last of Us 1. The Last of Us 1 was in my cart, but it had not been purchased. They didn't buy it. They just left it in my cart. As if to say, you should consider playing this game as well. Like, they could have bought it, right? They had my credit card. But, yeah, that was really weird. And I'm left with a mixture of confusion and bemusement about how this happened, about how the greatest heist of the century was pulled off on my PlayStation while I was sleeping. Because it was in the middle of the night, too. It was like at 2 a.m. while I was away. How mysterious, right? The big insult is what they bought in the first place. I am a little impressed. I would be lying if I said that I wasn't a little impressed.